The Lighthouse. If I could sum up this movie in one word, it would be, yeah, what? Uh, I saw this movie, well, I known about its existence, long time. I decided to watch it last year while I was in a, kind of a quarantine type of thing because we couldn't leave our rooms early. So I was like, you know what? I'll watch this. I mean, you know the memes because everyone's comparing it to SpongeBob or like the darkest episode of SpongeBob ever and stuff like that. It stars William Dafoe and Robert Patterson. Let me get the good out of the way. The acting is phenomenal between Dafoe and Patterson. It is. Uh, Fortunately, yeah, I know Patterson because Twilight. I had a teacher that really liked Twilight, so because the new what was it, New Moon movie was going to be coming out, or some one of the movies. It was either part two or three. I think it was part two. Was coming out, so she had us read the third one, Eclipse. We read Eclipse as opposed to reading The Great Gatsby. Yeah, so I never got to read The Great Gatsby. I had to read Eclipse. At least it was an easy read. But yeah, I know everyone's like, oh gosh, Robert Pattinson. But he is a good actor. I know that was the thing. Everyone was like, he's playing Batman, Twilight guy. But no, seriously, he's a good actor. Seriously, he is a really good actor. I haven't seen Batman yet. When I do, well, but he actually is a good actor. And nothing compares it more to this. I was like, wow, he's really good. And then seeing clips from things that he's in other movies, I'm like, that's the same guy? Robert Pattinson's actually really good. Okay, don't just look at him for Twilight. Looking at him for Twilight is like looking at Christian Bale for Newsies. I've seen a piece of Newsies, trust me. Even Christian Bale doesn't like that movie. If you want to know what Newsies is, go look it up. I had a drama teacher. She loved that movie. Out of all Christian Bale's movies, that's the one she loved. I was like, why? Is it because it's so anti-Christian Bale? He was a kid. Go. I've seen like half of it. Just go watch it. Um, but this movie, it's perfect to see in quarantine because these two guys, they're lighthouse keepers, and they go keep a lighthouse for 4 or 5 weeks on an island, and then they get switched out and everything. It's what a lighthouse keeper does. You have the older and the younger guy. One older played by Dafoe, the younger played by Patterson. And you're just wondering, like, things are starting to go a little haywire. And is it because, the boat hasn't arrived yet to replace them? Or is there a boat coming? Maybe it actually hasn't been 5 weeks yet. Maybe they've only been there a couple days. It just brings up a lot of questions what's going on because they start going crazy. And you're just wondering, like, are they going crazy? Is Dafoe manipulating Patterson? Is Patterson trying to manipulate Dafoe? Is there really something going on?
How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Where are we? Help me to recollect.
I mean, it just brings up a whole bunch of questions of what's really going on in this movie, and you don't really know. And it's like, without spoiling it, it deals a lot with some Greek mythology of with a Prometheus, I think it is, a lot of things, and then it has nothing to do with Prometheus in a lot of things. And you're probably wondering what I mean by that. Well, there's a lot of ways you can interpret this movie, and any interpretation is probably right. It's made by Robert Eggers. He made The Witch. I don't know. He's very keen on historical accuracy. I'm not going to see The Witch because it's a horror movie, and I was just like, eh. He's coming out with a new movie called The Northman, like an epic Viking saga. May see it. I don't know yet. Also, it's got Dafoe in it too. But this movie, for anyone who wants to know the genre, it's rated R. It's got some cursing in it. Kind of has nudity. Yeah, it's got nudity in it. Some sexual stuff in it with self-gratification, if I could put it that way, and a mermaid. Let me just put it that way. and not really bloody violence per se. It's just it messes with your mind. That's why the best thing to describe this is just what? It's just like what is going on in this movie. um, Again, seeing it in a quarantine type situation just is like, yeah, okay, I understand this movie completely now. Because you're just like, I'm going crazy, being stir crazy, just not being able to do anything, not being able to see anything. It's just like, ah. So, but acting is phenomenal. It's just kind of like, why wouldn't the Academy nominate either of these guys for Academy Awards for acting? Why? Because this movie is like literally perfect acting wise. Like from a acting point of view, why was this movie not nominated? Seriously, why? That is the biggest question you can ask. Why? I mean, you get Dafoe's epic rant in the movie with his, that whole sequence is just like epic, and you just have Patterson's like, is he going crazy? Not going crazy? Are they both crazy? It's like, how do you not nominate this? Seriously, how? I don't know what you could do, but it's interesting. That's all I can say. Is definitely from a technical level and acting wise, yeah, it's interesting. Story wise, it's just like, what am I watching? So that's all I can say about that without spoiling it. Even though if I spoiled it, you probably wouldn't understand. Watching it, I didn't understand. It's not exactly a movie I'd actually want to see again, unless you want to get into like an artsy type of thing. Like, hey, you want to watch something artful and that's gonna mess with your head? There you go. I could maybe watch it one more time, but it's just kind of like, it makes you think and it hurts your brain to think in a type way. So, I mean, it's got, again, back to the acting thing. I saw this one review of these guys talking about the movie, or just about the trailer of the movie. They were talking about the what scene, and they're like, what? And that's an actual acting thing with repetition type thing. That was something that was drilled to me, and because I went to a performing arts school, I did join up in my junior year. I took drama for those 2 years, and repetition was something that was always something that we always did, and it was something you always did. It was something we always did. Something you always did. Something we always did. Something you always did. Something we always did. It's just the variety of how you can say that many times and trying to play off each other's emotions and how you respond to the lines, just trying to make things feel realistic in an acting type of way. That way, nothing feels stale. That's the whole idea. Trust me, you hate it. You get to a point where you're just like, I hate this. You seriously get to a point of that, like, I don't want to keep repeating myself. You don't want to keep repeating yourself? I don't want to keep repeating myself. So, oh gosh. But other than that, yes, you can go see the movie again. It's a horror, psychological horror, I guess, type film, based really a lot of Greek stuff and kind of off true story of, or maybe many true stories of why light keepers were disappearing. This is kind of based off, I guess, an explanation. Kind of? I don't know. Anyway, if you've seen the film, what do you think of it? Did you get confused and like question everything going on yourself, or just let me know. All right, see you in the next one.